Hey guys, what's up? I'm Wisa of Content Critters, here to condense the latest RPG news so you don't have to. We're going to start with the Guerrilla Collective event, which will include Baldur's Gate 3 details and possibly an early access announcement, followed by Assassin's Creed Valhalla's Unearthed Legend of Beowulf mission, and we'll end with the Elder Scrolls 6 news as confirmed by Bethesda's Pete Hines. So let's begin. The last update about Baldur's Gate 3 is how Larian Studios is operating at 70 to 80% productivity as they adjust to working remotely. Good news, however, is we'll get to hear more since Larian Studios will be a part of Guerrilla Collective.
And there was much rejoicing.
Just this May 11, multiple indie developers such as Larian Studios, Zom of Disco Elysium, 11-bit studios of Children of Morta and Frostpunk, and many more banded together to release multiple yellow images on Twitter. It didn't take long to reveal their participation in the upcoming Guerrilla Collective, a new digital and indie gaming event aimed at revealing the latest announcements, trailers, and gameplay from the developers we know and love. This will happen between June 6 to 8, 10 a.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. Central Europe time, and the event will be hosted by Greg Miller. With E3 getting cancelled months ago, developers and publishers had to find ways in order to showcase their upcoming games. What I'm most excited for in the event are the updates we will have for Baldur's Gate 3. It has been confirmed that Larian Studios is still working to have the early access available this year. We just don't know when. I'm really curious where they are right now. My concern, since they did the gameplay demo months back, is the similarities between Baldur's Gate 3 and Divinity. Like what I said before, the world and the characters look too clean and seem humorous as opposed to the grimy and dark theme that the original Baldur's Gate games have. It seems like some of the assets from Divinity have been reused, and I don't mind that. I just hope that Larian is able to have this delineation of the differences between Baldur's Gate and Divinity. The turn-based combat doesn't bother me since Baldur's Gate 3 will closely follow 5e Dungeons & Dragons mechanics regardless. And it's also because I enjoy Divinity's combat so much that I have faith the developers will be able to pull this one off.
Okay. It's $500, you have no choice of carrier, the battery can't hold a charge, and the reception isn't very—
Shut up and take my money!
Sidetracking a bit, with regard to Zaum, I'm curious what their announcements will be since they just recently released Disco Elysium last October 2019. Could it be a DLC looming in the distance? We'll just have to wait for June 6 to come by faster. What developer are you excited to hear from in Guerrilla Collective? Will you be playing Baldur's Gate 3 in early access? Let me know down below. Next, we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla's Legend of Beowulf mission uncovered from its season pass. This was discovered as part of Ubisoft's German store listing, where you'll get to unlock a story mission about the legendary Beowulf, as well as, quote, the cruel truth behind the legend. Meanwhile, Ubisoft's UK store only mentions bonus missions as part of the season pass without specifically mentioning Beowulf. The Legend of Beowulf is the second exclusive story mission after the Way of the Berserker, which you can get from pre-ordering Assassin's Creed Valhalla, similar to how Odyssey has been handled in the past. Eventually, story missions from the predecessor became available to everyone. Ubisoft stores didn't mention additional details of how we'll come across this mission or what we have to do to start it. And instead, the season pass only mentions taking you to new countries. Here's hoping that we get to slay monsters and defeat the dragon in the Beowulf mission. So guys, what specific story in Norse mythology are you hoping to see in Valhalla? Lastly, we have an update or the lack thereof for the Elder Scrolls 6. Bethesda's Senior Vice President of Global Marketing and Communications, Pete Hines, took to Twitter to respond to a fan who asked when we'll get some info on the Elder Scrolls 6. Hines replied, "It's after Starfield, which you pretty much know nothing about. So if you're coming at me for details now and not years from now, I'm failing to properly manage your expectations."
And don't you dare intercut this with footage of me freaking out.
So this shoots down any hope we have of hearing about new Elder Scrolls 6 details and possibly even Starfield. But here's a glimmer of hope when it comes to the latter game, as Bethesda will be part of the upcoming Summer Game Fest, which will be hosted by Jeff Keighley from May to August of this year. The last time we heard and knew of anything regarding these two games was back in E3 2018 when Todd Howard showed teasers. Howard also said in an interview 2 years ago that he wasn't ruling out the possibility of releasing Starfield on the current generation of consoles. After that, Bethesda basically went silent and worked on Fallout 76. It's been 2 years since we've known about these games, so hopefully some updates for Starfield will at least be provided in the Summer Game Fest. I do think that for Bethesda's part, it wasn't a wise decision to unveil Starfield and the Elder Scrolls 6 back in E3 2018, especially since they haven't developed much during that time. I suppose they wanted to clear it up with fans, specific to Elder Scrolls, that there will indeed be a sequel to the beloved franchise. My guess is as good as anyone's that we might even be looking at 2025 or 26 as a possible release year for Skyrim's sequel. What do you think about the Elder Scrolls 6's long wait? Is it something you're still eager about or not? So that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Let me know your answers to my questions in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, remember to share, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications when new videos come out. Take care, and I'll see you again this week. 3, 2, 1, go. As they adjust to working